The night was colder than usual when Daniel stopped his pickup beside the dark, empty stretch of road. The rain slashed across his windshield like it was punishing the world. He saw a luxury car half buried in mud, hazard lights blinking like a heartbeat fading away. Inside sat a woman, trembling, phone dead, hope dying. Something inside Daniel, maybe the father in him, would never drive past someone helpless. He stepped out, unaware that the woman he was about to rescue would change his life forever, and that she was the one who unknowingly signed his termination letter just a week ago. Daniel's boots sank into the soaked ground as he approached the car. The woman's mascara had streaked down her face, her hands gripping the steering wheel like it was the only thing holding her together. "Need help?" he shouted over the rain. She nodded silently. He opened the door and offered his hand. She hesitated, but something in his eyes, calm, honest, unshaken, made her trust him. Minutes later, his truck's heater hummed as she shivered under his jacket. "Thanks," she whispered. "You saved me." "No one deserves to be stuck out here," he replied, glancing at her hands, delicate, with a faint diamond-shaped scar on her wrist. "I'm Daniel," he said finally. "Lena," she murmured, her voice tired but soft. The name stung him with familiarity, but he couldn't place it. He shrugged it off. He took her home to his small cottage on the edge of town. The place smelled like warm soup and crayons. A child's laughter echoed faintly from the next room. "That's Emma," he said with a proud smile. "My daughter. 5 years old. My whole world." Lena's heart twisted at the tenderness in his voice. She hadn't seen warmth like that in years, not in the glass towers where she ruled as CEO, not in the mirror where power had turned her into someone she barely recognized. Over dinner, she noticed how Daniel spoke about life with gratitude. He'd lost his wife 3 years ago to cancer. He worked construction jobs, never complained, always smiled for Emma. When Lena mentioned she worked in management, he nodded politely, not prying. But later that night, when she excused herself to the bathroom, she caught sight of a framed photo in his hallway, Daniel wearing a blue uniform with the logo of Thompson and Hart Industries. Her company. Her chest tightened. Could it be? Back in her office, she'd signed papers last week approving a wave of layoffs after a project was cut. Daniel Hart. That name had been on the list. She stared at the photo, guilt flooding her. He had rescued her from the storm, this man she had unknowingly pushed closer to poverty. The next morning, the sky cleared. Emma's laughter filled the air again, pure and light. Lena watched as Daniel braided his daughter's hair with the clumsy tenderness of a man learning both motherhood and fatherhood at once. Lena's phone buzzed, her assistant's voice came through, "Ma'am, the new budget review starts in 30 minutes. Lena froze.